No, Plezi's way better. Sorry. I've never even seen these before. Oh, it's all good. Added some seats.
Steph, you can just take us through, obviously, a tough battle down to the end, but you were able to kind of wield everybody to win tonight. Steve Kerr saying that you were the best conditioned.
I'm sorry. This is not directed to you. We have a class clown in the building right now.
That's always clowning
Oh
me, so I feel like this is directed towards me.
It is not. I don't want to be
here.
disrespectful or rude. You asking a very legitimate question, and then somebody in the back of the room is having their moment.
Questions should be shorter. Is that it? Yep. Okay.
Keep going.
Let me shorten this.
No, I promise you,
You had a
it had
great
nothing
game.
to do with you at all.
Okay.
I promise you, it had nothing to do with you.
I'm saying security.
He is calling my phone because he heard a drop on the floor and trying to distract me.
God.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay. You had a great game tonight. What happened there?
That's beautiful. This series is, it's all over the place. It's not going to be, I'll call it a beautiful brand of basketball just because of the matchup and the defensive intensity and the physicality. But for us to withstand a rough start shooting the ball and finding flow, obviously without Jimmy, it takes a little bit of patience to figure out rotations, and everybody's asked to do a little something different. And, we gave ourselves a chance by weathering the storm in the first quarter, and then we closed out the second quarter with that run that kept it close. And then, we've had the number one defense for a while. Obviously, that's been with Jimmy, but the mentality and the attention to detail gave us a chance to get over the hump in the second half, and we finished the game strong. GP was unbelievable in the fourth quarter, Draymond defensively, so it all came together.
Buddy's had kind of an up and down season at times, but not only how important was he tonight, but when you're being defended at times the way you are, how crucial is the spacing he just provides when he's in the lineup?
It's huge. We try to keep the game simple and to the point of how they're guarding me. If, they're going to send a trap or double team or blitz a pick and roll and I get off of it, if we're spaced properly, Buddy's a guy that demands attention. You can't leave him open. And if he has a little bit of daylight, he's got to be able to take those and knock them down. Moses hit a big one in the fourth, I think, at the beginning of the quarter. So those two guys are threats on the wing, but Buddy especially, that's what he's done his whole career. So for him to have a game like he did and shoot the ball the way he did, give defensive effort, plus 14, that's big time.
Stephen, how does knowing that Jimmy is going to be out, how does that impact how you make any adjustment, whether it's physical or mental, knowing that he's not going to be there?
There was just a moment in the second quarter where I had to kind of get a little bit more assertive and not let the double teams and the traps take me out of possessions. I only had 4 shots in the first quarter, and, usually that can work to our advantage if we're moving the ball and guys are getting open looks, but we weren't. It didn't seem like there was a lot of flow, so I did kind of force the issue a little bit in the second quarter and got going. Thankfully, hit some shots. But just trying to manage the game, while I'm out there and understand where to pick and choose my spots, because you can't just, go crazy the whole game. Playing 41 minutes, you got to be able to understand, the flow and when to, look for your shot, when to get the ball out of the trap and let things happen on the back end. So it's similar to when Jimmy's there, but that little bit in the second quarter was, understand we need to get some energy and some life going.
Draymond was in here earlier, and he said that you kind of recognized that maybe he didn't have his usual energy, and so you kind of took it upon yourself to pick it up, and guys kind of followed that. Did you sense any of that? Is there an unspoken message to what you're trying to do to your teammates when you're trying to do something like that?
No, I'm just trying to win, like whatever it takes. We've been in these situations plenty of times, and Draymond specifically, he's picked me up plenty of times, and it might not be saying anything or demonstrative. It's just how you play. You understand the moment. So you're just trying to win, no matter how it looks.
Stephen, how helpful is Jimmy in that role? I mean, Steve compared him to a little bit to Andre when it comes to basketball smarts and seeing things. And what did you think of that full length fur coat that he pulled off?
I almost didn't need a hot pack on the sideline sitting next to him. There's plenty of heat emanating from him, but yeah, he's a savvy veteran, high IQ guy. He's got a presence, whether he's on the active or not, where his voice matters, and we needed him to lift everybody up on the bench and give us that energy. So his presence matched the fit for sure.
Steph, 2 questions for you. Is there a number?
You want to call me and text me? You want to we can do this later.
Yeah, I got you here.
All right.
Is there a number of shots that let you know if you're being like aggressive enough? Like, do you say, all right, but based on what we need, I should get up this number of shots? And secondly, when the defense is defending you the way they are, like, how do you manage that? Is it more of a physical battle, or is it more of a mental or emotional battle?
It's the second one first. It's all the above. Because you can't give in to, again, the traps and blitzes. Knowing the pick and roll can help us get some motion going, whether it's me taking a shot or you create a 4-on-3 on the backside. But it is physically taxing because you're handling the pressure on the ball. You're trying to read where the big is, where certain driving gaps might be, or where the pass is. So you got to be locked in, all mentally, physically, emotionally. Be patient, knowing if it doesn't happen early, it's a 48-minute game, and I do pride myself on endurance to be able to, finish as strong as you might start and feel as good in the fourth quarter as I do in the first quarter. The shots is not really a number, but when you're getting taken out of the game, there's a feeling. 4 shots in the first, and 2 of them were kind of tough threes. You got to find a way to get get free and get loose a little bit to keep the defense honest. It's not saying we don't have guys that can finish on the back end, but if I'm aggressive, then you get a situation where GP gets a backdoor cut because 2 guys go after me because I made a couple shots. Like, you got to make sure you keep them honest.
Steph, you've talked often about what good teams do. Without Jimmy, what did you learn about this team today that you can only learn in a playoff situation like today?
We had one task. I don't know how many. Hopefully he's back next game, or if he's not, we can still play at a high level. We can win a tough, physical playoff game. I think we all know we're trying to win 14 more of these. We need Jimmy to do that. But if there's, a situation where somebody's not available, next man up mentality it's got to be a belief and a confidence. 2 months ago, I don't know if we had that.
You seen Jimmy's Instagram post game?
Elite.
Are you embracing this Batman idea he's really pushing?
I mean, you can call it whatever you want to. I just know I need to play at a high level for us to win, and so does he, so does Draymond, so does everybody. So whatever you want to call me, I'm embracing. Hopefully it keeps happening. He's tried to push that as the Butler. He's tried to push that on Jimmy, which is kind of funny. So the only comparison is the post he has. I've actually used that when I'm like a last-minute tea time and I need my guys to show up. I'll throw up that exact picture, and whoever answers it gets the places in the tea time. So it's kind of funny now. It's kind of coming back full circle. Nah, he made that on his own. I don't know if I can give him any royalties for the Curry brand sales we're going to have the other side, but I do appreciate it.
Hey, Steph, there was I think a medical stoppage at the end of the game, toward the end of the game. You were bleeding?
Oh yeah, just a little scratch.
I'm just wondering, what has the physical toll been like these first 3 games of the series?
It's been up there compared to any other series we've been in, but I love it as long as it's consistent on both sides. You can play through some of that stuff, but if there's like egregious wraps or holds, which there were a couple in the first 2 games and they weren't called, like that gets a little dicey. But it's the playoffs. You try to not let it distract you and frustrate you if a call doesn't go your way or not. Play through it. Don't look for bailouts, and usually good things happen over 48.
Just one more question on Buddy. He has like a unique personality, unique sense of humor. Do you have any favorite stories that come to mind of him off the court, behind the scenes in practice, on planes, of, him just making you laugh?
It's too many to count, man. The good news, I don't have a specific story, but it's just the energy and the presence he has. He's got his Bahamian accent. You can hear him from a mile away. Anytime we come in, he's got like this little monologue he does when he's feeling good, and it's like a little bit of his native tongue kind of vibe, and he kind of goes and rolls with it, and we all it's at a high volume, so no matter where you're at, you hear him. But we love the consistency because he just is having fun. He's spontaneous. He loves basketball. He works. And if it goes his way or not, he's kind of the same guy.
Hey, Steph, I was wondering, did Robin turn into Yogi Bear when he came out with that big coat? But
this is getting crazy. I
But
freaking love it.
have you guys, did you talk about this injury? You had similar injuries and the recovery process and what he might expect, or how long it would take to come back from that?
Yes and no. Like, they're all very unique because the angle you land, how the severity of the impact. We have kind of different body types too, so there's a similarity, but there's also, each one is such a unique case that it's hard for any of us to really compare, other than for him to get ready. I'm pretty sure he might need it when he comes back, but get ready for that pad that I wore back in 21 and earlier this year. So anything to get you back on the court sooner, even if it's a little uncomfortable.
Great, I think that's it. Appreciate that. So no practice tomorrow. We will do it.